Hello and welcome back to another episode of TM3 Life. Today we're going to be talking about Autopilot. Can you really trust it? So recently on my road trip across America, I was able to test out Autopilot 97% of the time on my trip. I did find some really interesting things that it could do, that it couldn't do, and that it struggled to do. So in this video we're going to go ahead and cover some of those things. One of the first things that I wanted to cover was, can Autopilot handle secondary roads? And more specifically, can it handle sharp turns? Let's take a look.
Some people want to see a video of the car actually doing a windy road on autopilot, so here you go. I don't know if it gets much windier than this road going through Mount Rushmore. See that sign there? Here's a sharp corner here coming up. No problem. Another sharp corner. Oh, gotta touch the wheel. There we go. And downhill. Okay, so I hope that answers any questions about driving through curvy roads on autopilot.
Now, another thing that I encountered on my trip, I believe I was in the Nevada desert. There was a particular road that had a lot of these types of hills, really quick ups and downs. And I noticed that it behaved very interesting during those ups and downs. It seems when autopilot goes up a hill and it can't see the other side of down, no, it doesn't like it. Take a look at this video.
Hey folks, one thing I've noticed about autopilot and a limitation that it has, if there are extreme dips in the road where it can't see the road in front of it as you're coming up over a hill, it will freak out. Here's an example coming up right here. That's what I'm saying right there. I just did it, and you can put it right back on. So, there you go. Something else you may not have known, but you do now.
And then finally, I was in Oklahoma, close to Oklahoma City. At that particular point in time, I was dealing with 50 mile per hour plus wind bursts coming directly across the interstate, pushing the car from the passenger side. So while I was in autopilot on the interstate in Oklahoma, I decided to test out, at that point, you didn't have automatic lane changes. You had to initiate the lane changes with the directional stalk, which again, I mean, how hard is that? You just click the directional up, sit back, and the car makes the merge into the passing lane or into the slow lane, depending on which direction you're heading in. So anyway, I was initiating those quote-unquote manually, because now of course that's advanced to the point where you don't have to do anything, and will just automatically make those lane changes for you. So it was able to make the lane changes to the left okay. Coming back, well, that was a different story. watch this video.
Alright, so some more interesting information with Autopilot. I found that it does indeed struggle making lane changes against the wind. It does a fantastic job of keeping the car in its lane when the winds are really bad. But right now I'm in Oklahoma, just about 17 miles out of Oklahoma City, and we have some severe crosswinds. So I'm going to go ahead and put it into a lane change to the left lane, which is going to do just fine because that's the way the wind's blowing. It's blowing across the interstate to the left. Okay, so as you can see, it's asking me to go ahead and confirm. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm the lane change to the left. It's going to do the lane change just fine. And it's going to hold itself in this lane very well. You can see, pull back here, the steering wheel keeps turning to the right to adjust for the wind that's pushing against it. By the steering wheel icon up here, it is pitched to the right a little bit, trying to keep itself in its lane, doing a really good job. And once we pass this vehicle, we'll attempt to merge back over to the right lane and we'll see what happens here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and initiate a lane change here and we'll see if it struggles. Yep, there it goes. Let's take a look here. It wants to make it. Wind keeps pushing it back. It really wants to go over. Come on, fight it, fight it, fight it. Oh, it got pushed back again. Here it goes. It's up. It's gonna push back again. Let me just make sure it stays in autopilot. Oh, the wind pushed it again. It keeps trying. It stays in its lane, but it wants to make that lane change and it just keeps getting pushed. Oh, there it goes. There it goes, folks. Wow, now that's some severe wind. I'm glad you got to see that because that's certainly not an everyday occurrence, but it's certainly one that I think is worthy of putting on the video so you guys can see how Autopilot handles such very strong crosswinds. I don't know what the mile per hour of the wind is out there, but it's brutal. I'm gonna guess it's in the 40s at least, maybe bursting into the 50s. It's very, very strong. Anyway, hope you enjoyed.
So I hope that helps wrap up a lot of what Autopilot can and can't do as of right now. Of course, remember, this is still level 2 autonomy, right? So this is just a driver assist right now. This isn't meant to take over completely for the driving of your Tesla. That's coming soon, actually a lot sooner than a lot of people think. By the end of this year, anyone who's purchased the full self-driving capability in their Model 3 should be able to have those full capabilities. Now, of course, there's the whole legislature part of that, whether or not certain states will actually allow that or not. The cars will have the ability to do that, and until legislation actually allows for it, you'll have to probably have some sort of human interaction with the car via the steering wheel or whatnot. But it's coming, and it's coming a lot quicker than we had originally thought. So, all good news, that's for sure. And I'm looking forward to that, and of course all that will be on the channel as soon as that comes to fruition. As for right now, well, it's Snapple Facts. So down here, I've got my wonderful bag of Snapple caps. So let's go ahead and pull 2 of those out and see what we have for facts today. Again, 2 at random. Let's see here. Fact number 1. At room temperature, the average air molecule travels at the speed of a rifle bullet. That's pretty much all it says. So, take it as it is. There you go. Fact number 1. Fact number 2. A jiffy is an acronym. This is something that I actually did know, but I will go ahead and finish reading this out. I can already tell just based on my starting to read this. So a jiffy is an actual time measurement equaling 1/100th of a second. So what I always found funny with that particular fact is that I'll be back in a jiffy. Obviously, 1/100th of a second? That's not possible. Unless, of course, you're that little kid from The Incredibles. Then maybe it is. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed everything on TN3 Life today, and I hope that you learned something from the autopilot, and of course we always learn from our Snapple facts. So I just want to leave you all with my typical sign-off. Let's keep those batteries charged, guys. Until next time.